bastards!
Fuck off, you miserable hippies.
Yeah, it was the support group that brought us together, really, wasn't it?
Yes. After the act was passed, after it was banned, I found myself at a bit of a loose end. No foxes to chase, no saboteurs to berate. Sold my horses. Needed a bit of a hobby. Simple as that.
I mean, there's no getting away from the fact that it was hard to begin with. You know, you spend 15 years of your life trying to stop fox hunting, and then it stops. And then what do you do?
So, yes, a few of us began to get together into a sort of informal group, and after a couple of weeks, we thought, might as well ask the Sabs along as well. Turned out they were thinking very much the same thing. Funny sort of way, sort of missed each other. Couldn't make sense of the situation. Nothing to do.
I mean, for people like Philip and me, hunting was our life.
Hunting and anti-hunting.
Two sides of the same coin.
I mean, one tries to move on. A lot of us took up darts for a while, and then John and his friends would come along and try and sabotage it.
Yeah, we tried to claim it was cruel to the board, but it wasn't the same.
Got to the point where us and the Sabs would just sit in the corner and slag off the darts players. Didn't make us very popular or very proud.
So now we just tend to come down the pub, don't we?
Occasionally for a treat. I might pop out and cover a dog in petrol and set light to it, and John will come along and shout and say, it shouldn't be allowed. Which, of course, it isn't.
It's just not the same. Can I help you with anything, sir?
Why didn't I work to make the world better? So what's it been like managing without Play UK?
That's not been too bad, actually.
Yeah. They're pretty easy.
Yeah.
If I can make it there, I'll make it. Anywhere, it's up to you, New York, New York.
Can we hold it there? Well, there were some very interesting noises there. John, tell us about your noise.
I guess it was the kind of warbling a football might make when it's placed on the penalty spot. You know, it's a mixture of fear and excitement.
Yeah, I thought that was what it was. Yeah. Kathy, tell us about your noise.
Well, it's kind of difficult to describe.
Because it's a noise, sure.
But it came out as the sigh of regret the sea makes when it has to leave the shore.
Right. The sea sighs goodbye to her love of the shore, knowing she'll return in the morning. An endless cycle of union and separation. Beautiful. And Phil, you, what were you doing?
I was singing New York, New York.
New York, New York, yeah.
Was that the kind of thing you meant? And you wear them on your feet, and they're made of a sort of viscous jelly, but they've got little metal bits that sort of twinkle, and sometimes short arms come out to sweep something up or maybe take a sample of soil.
I think people are just going to prefer shoes.
You're right. People are just going to prefer shoes.
No, Sally, if I can just interrupt you, we're never going to get Whitsun off the ground if it's just going to be a second-rate Christmas. Well, I mean, a third-rate Christmas, because Easter is already a second-rate Christmas. We've got to get away from those established festivals and try and think laterally. How are we going to really capture the public's imagination re-Whitsun?
Whitsun crackers!
No, Terry, not Whitsun crackers, or Whitsun carols, or Whitsun trees, or any of that stuff.
Father!
No, not Father Whitsun either. What the hell do you mean anyway? What would Father Whitsun look like?
Be a sort of jolly man with a big brown coat and a big sack of twigs, and he give... No, he doesn't give presents, but he might have a beard.
How does he get around?
In a toboggan.
Whitsun's in May, Sally. What's he want with a toboggan?
A horse? He's not a horse.
He's not on a horse. You've made him up. There's no such thing as Father Whitson.
Whitson eggs!
Oh, Christ!
A puppy is not just for Whitson.
Well, this is it, Sally. A puppy really is not just for Whitson. What Christmas has and we lack is the ability to be an excuse for puppy death. No one's worried about the over-commercialisation of Whitson or losing the true meaning of Whitson, and until they are, those Christmas bastards are going to keep rubbing our noses in it.
What is the real meaning of Whitson?
It's where the apostles all sat around and spoke in tongues. You know, they went a bit loopy.
Oh, right. Is Jesus dead at this point?
Yeah.
See, that's a shame, because he was really good in Christmas and Easter. It'd be like Highlander 3, where they didn't have Sean Connery, and you just think, oh, couldn't they get him? Couldn't they get Jesus?
Taggart's still really successful, and Taggart's dead.
Speaking in tongues?
Whitson lunch, where they all sit round and have big stick-on rubber tongues that flap around like that.
No, a little apostle doll, where you pull the string and it goes berserk. It starts freaking out.
Look, everyone, I've made this.
That's brilliant, Alan. So all I want to see is the three of you doing a little individual mime for me. It can be anything at all, just so long as it's something very honest, something very you. Is that cool?
Yes, it is cool.
Great, but nothing showy, nothing too flashy, just something small and discreet and yours. In your own time.
Watch as I take the key that unlocks the door to my world of mime. See as I pick up the cube that is the bar that becomes the rope, which I pull against the wind but snaps onto the conveyor belt that leads to the shrinking room. Was that the kind of thing you meant?
Oh, shit. Do you mind if I take that?
What? Oh, fine, I'll check my messages.
Hello?
Yeah, I just wanted to have a word. Can you talk?
No, not really.
You're not busy?
Yeah, I am a bit, really.
Okay, see you.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
See you later.
Bye.
I think Charlie's bringing down this dress. Should we go? Okay, great. See you later. Thanks. Bye.
Can I ask what you're doing?
Well, as a human rights activist, I'm trying to draw attention to human suffering. And I've been very much inspired by the methods of the animal rights protesters, who've so impressively drawn attention to the suffering of animals by firebombing and kicking the shit out of humans. So I've decided to highlight my cause by maiming some dogs. I've just blinded a Cocker Spaniel, and Benji here's going to get a burning. Later on, I'll break into that animal testing laboratory in Huntingdon, smuggle out all the beagles, and then kill them for no reason. There's a lot of human suffering in the world, and I'm committed to using hypocrisy as a way of pointing that out.
Thank you.
Benji, stay. Stay, Benji. There's a good boy. Stay. Stay.
And it's these issues of slavery and oppression which lie at the heart of our play, as well as at the heart of black consciousness. So as you improvise your group poem, I want you to keep that very much in mind. Off you go.
Ours was the charred country, a country of wire and barbed flowers.
Power fell like sand through the hourglass of our mortal